Hey, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to talk a little bit about food obsession and body image and weight control and calories and all of those things that you are obsessing about. Everything is just spinning, spinning, spinning constantly. You're thinking about what am I going to eat today when you first wake up in the morning, and it's immediately like, I have to eat healthy. How did I do yesterday? Did I do okay? Now today I have to do good. I have to be better than I was yesterday. I gotta make sure I get my protein. I gotta make sure I have my macros. I gotta make sure I have my calories. I gotta remember to track all day. I gotta make sure I don't lose control in the afternoon like I always do, or in the evening like I did last night and I overate. And I have to make sure that doesn't happen again today. Those spiraling, obsessive thoughts about your food intake, your body, trying to be perfect at all of it, and fearful that if you aren't, you're going to fall off track. You're going to gain all the weight back. You are not going to lose the weight that you're trying to lose. You're not going to look the way you want to look. You're going to hate yourself. Those are all of the thoughts and the feelings and everything that I'm sure you want to stop. Not saying that you want to say, fuck it all, we're just going to eat whatever. I don't care what my body looks like. I'm going to accept myself, whatever size I'm at. No, that's not what we're talking about. We still want to be healthy. We still want to take care of ourselves. We want to feel good in our skin. We want all of those things. But in order to truly feel good in your skin, you have to feel good in your mind, and you have to stop beating yourself up, and you have to create a sense of safety within yourself. I'm jumping ahead. Let me get into more of the details here because this is a big topic that I wanted to talk about because it has been such a huge pain point in my entire life. I have lived in this state until the past couple years. And I want to talk through how we can change this, why it's important to change this, and how much better you're going to feel, and how eating healthier, eating less, eating for what your body actually wants and needs without obsessing, without needing to control everything, you can get there without it being such a hard struggle. You don't need to be on GLP-1. You don't need to track your food in an app all day. You don't need to learn all the rules and ins and outs of intuitive eating and follow more rules and guidebooks. You need to change the way your brain works around food and around your body. You've been obsessing about these things, about your calorie intake or your grams of protein or what your body looks like, because you don't feel safe. Your body and your mind don't feel safe to be within yourself. And I want you to think about this in terms of if you were to say these things that you say to yourself to somebody else, you're going to get so fat. You're going to gain all the weight back. How could you even think about eating that chocolate? Like, you're going to get fat. You can't do that. You can't be fat. That's disgusting. Would that person want to be around you? Would they feel safe in your presence? No. Why should you feel safe in your presence? Why should you feel safe under that judgmental, critical eye that you've been living under for so long? The first step is to build the awareness of this negative self-talk. You have to be able to identify when it's happening before you can do anything about it. And there are a couple different things that you can do to start this process. I do 100% recommend setting reminders on your phone to start. Set the reminders 2, 3, 4 times a day for a couple weeks to just check thoughts, monitor thoughts, identify negative self-talk, just something that's going to keep you checking in on yourself when you randomly go to the bathroom in the middle of the day and everything's quiet for a moment, and all of a sudden you're bombarded with the thoughts. Set one for first thing in the morning when you pick up your phone and you're already doing the process of hating yourself for yesterday, fearing yourself for today. Start that process, start the reminders, and recognize the thoughts that are happening. The second thing you're going to do for that is to start a meditation practice. 10 minutes a day, mindfulness meditation. Love the Headspace app. but you can use any free meditation on YouTube. You want a meditation that is going to require you to focus on something, usually it's your breath. Laser in on your breath, and then when thoughts come, you identify, I'm having a thought, let it go. Not just let it go, because we also have to talk about what's the difference, right? But first, you're in your breathing meditation, you're focusing on your breathing, and then a thought comes. And you're going to get wrapped up in it. You're going to say, okay, I have a report or a presentation tomorrow. And it's like, okay, what steps do I have to do the presentation? And then all of a sudden the meditation's over and you're like, I just thought about my presentation the entire time. But that's the idea, is you want to see, okay, I have a presentation tomorrow. Okay, wait, I had a thought, come back to the breath. That's the meditation that you want to do. Mindful awareness of when you are having a thought and your ability to redirect your focus to something else. Because that's what you're going to do whenever you have food thoughts, body thoughts. You start counting your calories, you start pinching your fat, you start thinking about the binge you had yesterday or this past weekend, or what is this upcoming weekend going to look like, or I'm going to get a craving at 3 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I know I'm going to get a craving for chocolate. How am I going to avoid giving in today? How am I going to stop myself from giving in today? As soon as you start having those thoughts, and it works for cravings. So you're at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're tired, you're frustrated, you've got a work deadline, you don't see how you're going to get it done. And that Hershey kiss on your coworker's desk is calling your name. What you're going to do, that's a craving. Okay. What does it feel like to have my fingers on the keyboard? What does it sound like when I type? You're not suppressing the thought. You're not going, okay, there's a craving. I need to distract. I need to do something else. I need to think about something else, anything but that chocolate. I need to think about the book I'm going to read tonight, or I need to think about this work project I'm doing, or I need to call somebody. No, that's suppression and distraction. What that's going to leave you with is this feeling of white knuckling through it. Like, I just have to get through it. I just get through it. You know, the whole like, wait 10 minutes, you have craving, wait 10 minutes. Awful, awful advice. You don't just sit there. You're going to sit there and you're going to be like, chocolate, 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 chocolate. I have to wait 10 minutes, chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. I have to wait 10 minutes, wait 10 minutes, wait. No. What you're doing with in your environment, you're going to name 5 things you see. You're going to listen to the keyboard. You're going to feel what it feels like to touch and really laser in on the sensation. You are grounding yourself to the present moment. That's the goal. It's not distraction. It's not suppression. It's when you're thinking, you're in the past or you're in the future. You want to stay here now. You want to stay here always, as much as possible. Yes, there are going to be times you're working on a project, you're planning for a trip. Like, there are set times when you should be thinking about the past or the future. But when you're doing something and you're like, chocolate, that's a future thought. That's, I'm going to have that chocolate. It could be seconds from now, but it's still a future thought. You want to bring yourself back to now. So then the question's going to be, and I've asked this myself, when do I get to have said chocolate? Never. Am I never allowed to have a chocolate because it's not something that fuels my body and it doesn't help with hunger? No, that's not true. You do get to have chocolate. You do get to have chocolate and you do get to enjoy your treats. Once this process, and this is just a step, mindful awareness of thoughts and coming back to present awareness, grounding yourself to the present moment. This is how you retrain your body and your mind, because you're telling up to this point, every time you have a food thought, your body's stress signals upregulate. You have activated that nervous system because food's not safe. Because food is either a restriction. I have to be healthy. I can't eat that. Or, and that's out of fear. That's out of fear that I'm going to be unhealthy or I'm going to gain weight or I'm not going to lose the weight. Restriction. Or it's, I want to eat that. Nervous system activated. You're in fear mode. You're in anxiety because I shouldn't have that. That's bad that I want that. Judgments, criticisms. Once you do this consistently, the thoughts about food downregulate because your body and your mind start to learn food is not threat. She's not reacting to this anymore. She's not freaking out every time she thinks of food. We can relax a little bit. That means that you get the signals for the treats less often. When that happens, you can have a Hershey kiss. I'm not saying you have to wait for that point, but what it looks like is you have a Hershey kiss. You forget about it. You go home, you make dinner, you eat, you get into bed, you're fully absorbed in whatever fun activity you're doing because your brain's not doing this about food and how you ate for the day, how you're going to eat tomorrow, or what you're going to eat next, or if you're going to get dessert. You're not doing that anymore, which means you can fully lean in to your night relaxation and your freedom to do whatever you want. So you're not going to have dessert as often as you do now, probably. Maybe you will. Maybe that's your best time for treats. I like my treats in the afternoon, personally. So I eat a cookie in the afternoon and I don't have dessert because I'm no longer thinking about it and I don't want it. I eat it when I truly want it. And that is the differentiation you can make when you're not constantly activating your nervous system with thoughts and fears of food and your body. So you're changing the response to the trigger. And when you do that, you teach your body you're safe instead of activating your nervous system like you're currently doing. And by not having so much nervous system stimulation, you will have more energy. And like I said, it'll be easier to focus on whatever you're doing because you're not thinking all of these negative thoughts anymore. And then we can work on building that relationship with yourself and building the relationship with your body and learning that you want to eat healthy because it feels better, not because you have to or you should or out of fear and mistrust. You learn to build trust and safety in your body and find peace. And you will find peace within yourself. The weight will fall off faster without even trying. And you can fully live your life again. So start here. That is my only request. Start with the thoughts. Identify when you're having them. Use reminders, use mindfulness meditation, whatever it takes for you to become more aware that the thoughts are happening. Don't get wrapped up in it. Let it be. Don't judge it. Don't be like, oh, I'm having those thoughts again. I can't be doing this. I gotta stop it. Don't say that. Don't say that. Just, it's okay. I know I ate too much chocolate ice cream last night. I gotta make sure I don't. Oh, having that thought again. Okay. Feeling the mug. Feeling the tea bag thing. I can do this to upregulate the sound. Now, what was I focusing on? Right. I have to write this email. Okay, I'm going to do that. Let it go naturally. Let it dissipate naturally. That's all I have for today. Future videos, I will be focusing on more specifics of body image and how you can build that relationship with yourself. Stop beating yourself up. This is the first step. This is a really important step because this will feed into that. And it's not that you have to have health at every size mentality, body positivity. We're not going for that. We're shooting for more of a neutrality. Acceptance doesn't mean you give up, but acceptance is necessary. Once you stop the damage, you stop the beating, the more free you will feel. And the clearer you will be to make the decisions that fit your values and your goals without it feeling like you're constantly pushing that boulder up the hill. So, future videos, be on the lookout. Be sure to subscribe. If you're new, comment below if there's anything you want me to talk about, any specific challenges you're having that you would like to unwire and rewind. And I look forward to speaking with you next time.